Hey guys, Chris with Nichols Retirement Empire. Today I'm starting a series of videos about this subject. Are children safe at school? Are children safe at school? I worked for 30 years as a teacher and an administrator in a public school. What I'm going to tell you is a fact, okay? It is just a plain fact, and you need to have a realistic view of what is happening, or what, the world that you are living in. You need to have an understanding, and I want you to think of it the way I'm going to present it to you today, because we cannot think of it the way that we thought of it when I was a kid. We can't think of it in terms of the way we thought of it, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. This is the answer. Your child is just as safe at school as you are at Walmart. Now, before you flip out on me and think, what in the world? I want to explain that in detail so that you completely understand it. But that's the answer. They're as safe at school as you are at Walmart. Now, some people will hear that and it just absolutely terrifies them. Like, oh God, Walmart is the scariest place on earth. Well, before you, go over the top with that, let me put it in this perspective. How many times have you, and all the times you've been at Walmart, and you don't have to, you can apply just being in the public. You don't have to say at Walmart. I just say that because, most people that watch my videos, they shop at Walmart, okay? Of all the times you've been in there in your life, how many times, because you're in the public, Walmart is everybody, good people, bad people, whatever. You're in the public, okay? How many times have you been a victim of some kind of crime, or you've been involved in an altercation? Bottom line, how many times has that happened to you? Okay? For me, never. I've never had anything stolen at Walmart. I've never gotten into an argument with somebody at Walmart. I've never been pushed. I've never been cussed out, anything like that. And for a lot of you, nothing has ever happened to you. But for some of you, some things have happened. And the vast majority of those people, it probably is only maybe one or two incidents out of the thousands of times you've been at Walmart. Not much, but it has. There's some people, and they've been at Walmart where people got killed. The worst things have happened. People have been raped. People have been, crimes, serious crimes have occurred to them or people they know because they are in a public place. And crimes happen. But the likelihood of a crime like that happening to you are very, very slim. Okay, chances are something won't happen to me the vast majority of the time. So that's the positive side of it. You can never say chances are zero. Now that's the way it is when I'm in the public. You have no idea. There may be people there that are just the best people you could ever meet. There could be people there, on the other hand, and you don't know. And you can't just tell by looking. You don't know. There could be people in there that are, rapists. There could be people in there that are child molesters. There could be people in there that are murderers. There could be people in there that have, mental issues, and they're not going to a doctor. They're not being addressed. Their mental problems. You have people in there that are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. You have no earthly idea who is in there. So we understand that as adults when we go into a place like Walmart. Now, when your child is at the school, you can go ahead and think of it like your child is at Walmart. I don't care what school you're at. I don't care how good you think it is. I don't care what. Somebody in there, they're bad, okay? They're bad. they may have the same thing. Same thing I described a while ago. The same circumstance that happens at Walmart, your child faces it. Your child faces at their school. All kind of people. Doesn't matter again how young they are, all kind of people. You have to understand that. You have to make sure your kids understand that. I made sure mine understood it. Now, is that a negative way to look at things? And, well, I like to teach my child that everybody's good. That's fine. But in reality, okay, things happen, all right? Now, that's one part of it. The other part is this. They're not going down there for a half an hour and running in and running out. They're down there 8 hours a day, okay? And on top of that, they're not mature enough to understand all the aspects of what it takes, to keep yourself aware and safe in a public place like an adult may be. So they're down there a prolonged period of time, and they're children, okay? So think if you had to go to Walmart 8 hours a day every day, chances that something happened to you would go way up, wouldn't they? Here's the positive side to that, okay? The answer that might help you feel better about that. Schools understand that. They understand that children are there for a prolonged period of time. They're not mature enough to just engage in whatever kind of activity they want. They understand that they have children that have all kind of issues. So because schools, have seen situations where schools, had things that have happened that are terrible things, they do the things that they do now in response to those kind of situations, in response to other schools getting sued because they didn't, maintain control and keep the kids safe. And they do everything they can do to keep them from being liable of being neglectful, okay? And if that takes them having to have a policeman down there, that's what they're going to do. If that takes them walking the kids in the hall, that's what they're going to do. If that takes them putting a fence around the school, not letting people come in unless they go by an armed gate, that's what they're going to do, okay? Now, you got to balance that with, we want kids to feel comfortable and learn and all that kind of stuff, but the safety thing overrides sometimes a lot of the freedoms that children used to have in the past. And it's unfortunate, but you have, and you can look at it this way, at your school, and you may, our schools have police, there's policemen, there's counselors, there's, they have all kind of access to all kind of options to report anything that's ever happened to them. They have people watching them all the time. There's cameras all over the place. They do everything that they can do. Now, you think, well, that sounds pretty safe. That makes me feel better. But still, with all that, things happen. Because you're in the public. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. You can't stop bad things from happening as long as there are people there that can do those things. You can do everything possible to decrease the chances of something happening, but there's always a chance. I can't tell you how many times I've heard teachers, and I've been in the same situations. You're 10 feet away from two kids. They seem to be getting along. Next thing you know, they're fighting each other. Or one kid has stabbed another kid with a pencil. And they were right there. And you were watching. And it just, the parents are, where was the teacher at? The teacher's not omniscient. The teacher's not, he can't read everybody's minds. The teacher can't be all over that classroom, see everybody 100% all the time. It's impossible. And things happen. No matter how hard we try things happen. They happen right think with your kids. Your kids not ever do anything right in front of you. Something happened right in front of you, and you were watching them. You're watching over them, trying to take care of them, and then next thing you know, something crazy happened. You know, they're kids. And, you know, you got to understand that. If you don't understand that, you have a very unrealistic view and a very unrealistic expectation of what it is like to be in the public. And again, my kid's at a private school. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what church. I don't care where you're at. If you're in a group of 50 kids, some of those kids have problems. Some of those kids are going to do things. Some of those kids are going to go to jail when they become adults. So that's the way it is. Not to mention, you got all the teachers and administrators. They're all people too. Some of them might be bad. I'm not stupid. You know, I read the paper just like you do. You know, just because I was a school administrator, I'm not going. 100% of the school administrators in America would never do anything to hurt a child. Some of them might. I don't know. They have. Teachers have. So, you know, and again, this is not for doom and gloom. You need to understand. And, you know, well, the only way out is to homeschool and move out in the wilderness. Everybody can't do that. You know, everybody can't move off and be by themselves. Everybody can't isolate themselves from the rest of the world. Everybody can't teach their kids. They just can't teach them. You know, I got the computer, I got all the books, I got all the money, I took all the training. I can't teach them. I'm not able. Some people just can't do it. Some people have to work. You know, so that might be an answer for some people, and that might be good or bad. I'm not here to judge whether it's good or bad, but I know this: it's not reasonable to expect for everybody in the world to homeschool their kids. So, not in America, not right now. So, that might be an option for you. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm not saying don't. You know, I send my kids to public school. I send my kids out in the public every day. My kids go down to Walmart just like you do. They drive a car, they're out in public. That's it. That's the way it is. So, be realistic. I'm going to do some videos about things that you particularly need to know about a school. I'm going to do some videos, or I'm going to do at least one video about what do I need to know to help my child be safer. How can my child be more safe? Just like you can be at Walmart and you can be more safe at Walmart if you understand, you know, some particular things. So I'll do a video about that. So we'll have at least 3 videos, but that's the introduction. How safe our children at school, as safe as you are at Walmart. Nichols Retirement Empire. Have a good day.